Good afternoon, everyone. The efforts of IT associations are instrumental in addressing the challenges and advancing the growth of the technology industry, serving as crucial bridges between policymakers, OEMs, channel partners, and end users. These associations foster dialogue, uphold fair business practices, and drive collective progress across the ecosystem. Through advocacy for policy reforms, promotion of digital transformation, and facilitation of knowledge exchange via events and forums, they enhance collaboration within the ICT landscape. Their initiatives in capacity building, skill development, cybersecurity awareness, and sustainability have played a vital role in shaping a resilient, future-ready IT industry, one that fuels innovation, employment, and inclusive economic growth across India. In light of these, let's understand more from the eminent association leaders who are with us. We have Mr. Devesh Rastogi from FETA, Mr. Kaushik Pandya from FETA, Mr. Karthikeyan from Confed ITA, Mr. Magan Gagnani from TATE, Mr. Vinod from ISODA, and Mr. Bharat Chadha from ASSERT. Welcome, gentlemen, and I feel privileged to hold this panel discussion with such eminent speakers. So my first question is, how can value-added resellers enhance their profit margins, and what role can industry associations play in enabling sustainable growth? My question goes to Mr. Devesh.
Yes, ma'am.
The question is, how can value-added resellers enhance their profit margins, and what role can industry associations play in enabling sustainable growth?
See, the IT hardware business, if we talk about, is a very thin market, very, very thin margin product. And if you add the value of the services, upgrade the product, what you are selling to the customer, and train your members for that, whatever the services we can add to that, and how convenient we can make it for the customer to pick the product and make the services hybrid. Because FITA has been fighting for the online for the long time, but the customer behavior has changed, and if we don't go for the hybrid services, we have to reach out to the customer, we don't get the value of the product, we don't get the margins. So just selling a box can never give you a margin. You have to add on there, you have to add your value, customer satisfaction, then only something will be coming.
Can Mr. Kaushik Pandya throw some light on this?
Yeah, so the first perspective what Devesh bhai have spoken about, I would like to add something to that. There are n numbers of new opportunities available in today's market, what all the speakers have been talking about.
So can you keep your mic a little
talking
closer?
about inclusion of AI, inclusion of cybersecurity, inclusion of lot of services, cloud offering, all those kind of things. Now, if the channel partners, those who are in connect with the customers, end users, if they add these kind of value-added services, definitely their margins are going to be very handsome, because these kind of services do have a thick margin into it. So rather than getting only into or remaining only into the box movement, they can always add these kind of value-added services which have been the core of this event since morning, and there are a lot of offering which has been thrown to all the partners for their benefits. So my suggestion is that all value-added resellers, all system integrators, and everyone, those who are even not into that cadre also, if even they are into retail, they can add these kind of services to increase their margins, add value to their services, and offer them to the customers. The backends are always available, so they do not need to afraid of that they are not technically competent to offer this. They can really tie up with all these kind of companies and service providers and start offering those to the customers.
Mr. Bharat, if you have something to add on to this.
Sure. First of all, thank you for inviting Ashad here. And it's very important to understand the role of association here. And I can share our experience as an Ashad initiatives that we have taken over the last 5-6 years. What we have done is, as we rightly said, that margins in IT hardware is getting thinner and thinner. So we must include products and services which has higher margins. And that's what we have done in last few years, where we included, when we started 13 years back, we were primarily IT hardware association. Today we have partners across other services like CCTV, access control, security, automation, software products. So that helped our members to expand their offerings to their customers and hence better margins. I think association can play a very big role in empowering their members to take up new initiatives.
Thank you. Moving on to my next question. In what ways can associations help curb unfair practices among OEMs, distributors, and customers? Vinod, can you please emphasize on this?
Yeah, thank you, Mohini. I think, first of all, I would say that we are very fortunate that in IT sector, we have a very organized ecosystem, which may be missing in many other sectors. So
you are talking about the software thing?
no, I'm talking about we have very cleared ecosystem where there is an OEM, there is a distributor, there is a partner, and there is an end user. So most often this kind of ecosystem is followed, but when you talk of unfair trade practices, I think the question comes is in terms of disparity in pricing the OEM may offer, or poaching the end user directly from the avoiding the partner, or if there is a particular OEM with a particular monopoly for some point of time, he may abuse it, or there is no clear reward or benefit structure. So an association can play a very large role because it's a very neutral collective people of everybody, most of the people within the ecosystem. So we can try to curb it by asking the OEM, we do that, by that there should be a very transparency in pricing, in the rebate structure. They should not go to the customers directly. There should be a proper deal registration where the partners are able to do this. And in terms of giving equal opportunity for all partners to bid when there is a bidding system. So these things, as an ISODA, we have a grievance council within ISODA where members can, come to us with their problems, and we take it collectively with the OEM. Basic reason for doing that is instead of getting into a fight or washing your dirty linen in public, we amicably try to resolve this, because sometimes both parties have to be heard. So sometimes somebody is right, somebody is wrong. So we try to approach it like that. And in case still there is not a resolution, we also offer legal consultancy through the association where they can fight for it. Another good thing which ISODA has been doing is every year we take a scorecard of at least from the software OEMs. So more than hundreds of OEMs are rated in terms of various parameters, and we award the best OEM. At the same time, we also provide feedback for OEMs which have been lacking on something. Then it's up to them to improve that. So this is what an association can do collectively.
Mr. Karthikeyan, if you can add on something to it.
First of all, thank you for inviting us, and kudos to VARINDIA, who's been the media, who's been engaging with the associations and partner community all through. Thanks for all your contribution to this IT sector. Having said that, I think the question, whatever you had asked, is more prominent when it comes to the OEM customer relationship, and I think ISODA can be the best example of the structured approach towards how to mitigate these problems. But when it comes to Confed ITA or FIGHT-UP, we are more on the hardware side and still edging towards little more value additions, which is what. So I will combine your first question to the second question. As an industry, as an association, what we are trying to do is enable and empower our members to get into that value-added space in terms of, continuously engaging with different vendors and to make sure that they get training and they get into the next scale of opportunity which is available. So that is what, as an industry association, we are doing in Confed ITA, and this is a continuous tech summits which we do. We are divided into 28 district associations. Every region has value addition training which is happening constantly. That's how we are looking at making, and because of this engagement, between the members there is more of a conducive atmosphere, and they understand how to price a product, how to make margins. As association, these are the steps which we are taking.
Anything else anyone wants to add on? Devesh?
I'll just add on to it. One very, very important thing is, whatever the payments our partners are getting, our members are getting from the brand, the conduit is the officers of the company. We always have the agreement which has got a very, very fine print and is a one-way drafted document. Not much can be done about it. And even if you don't sign that agreement, your dealership and your business is jeopardized. But lots of things come as a program letters and also as commitments from the field staff, which may not be correct, which may not be very fruitful, and you may ultimately go into the disputes. Associations keep on getting those disputes that this was the commitment from the brand or something is happening. My suggestion will be all to the entire channel community will be, there is nothing called verbal communication. Companies don't pay anything which is not in document. They cannot pay, in fact, because they are all corporates, they have got their own policies. So we have to keep a word of caution. Everything has to be documented. Anything coming which is not in writing from the company and is communicated, please do send a mail on that and bring it on record, and at least rope in two higher authorities from the person who is communicating to you so that your claim is validated. That's a very, very important thing, and we should refrain from all such claims.
Thank you so much for highlighting this, and it's very important for all to comply with. So coming to the next question, how can associations address situations where OEMs bypass channel partners to engage customers directly, which Vinod had just started talking about? Can you put more light onto it?
Yeah, I think asking OEMs to be more transparent when it comes to deal registration is very important, so that the partner should be protected, not only today, even later when there is a scope for add-on or renewals. And the customers also, we can have, partners do have an approach to customers. So if there is a clear-cut communication with the partners also, with the customer also, except for one-off cases, these things can be stopped by the association.
Mr. Kaushik, can you?
Yeah, so many of the time it happens that whenever such deal registrations or OEM directly reaching to the corporates or to the enterprise customers, wherein large deals are being on cards, that time it happens that the OEM plays kind of cards which are not favorable. So the partner who is playing a role of retaining their client to a longer time period needs to take care of it, and sometimes if it is essentially required, they can reach out to the any of the local association or reaching out to their federation or their state level association to address this issue in context with the OEM. It has also been noticed, and FITA has been very instrumental in resolving the cases wherein dispute between a partner and OEM in respect with their stock retention and their aged out stocks also, or their not selling stocks also are stuck with the partners, and it needs to be resolved. So OEM is playing sometimes once the things are sold, can't be taken back, in those kind of things. FITA and local federations, local state associations have literally played a very vital role supporting partners and getting out of those turmoil. And these kind of practices are more encouraged. OEM should be, always discussed from the association. There should be always a continuous discussion, continuous dialogue going on for avoiding these kind of practices.
So as from assert, what do you have to say, Mr. Bharat?
So, as far as OEM distributor and system integrator or dealers relationship is concerned, I think we are failing to learn the lessons from our past, unfortunately. हम लोग वही बार बार वही मिस्टेक कर रहे हैं और हम लोग सीख नहीं रहे हैं कि OEM doesn't give a damn. उनको कोई फ़र्क नहीं पड़ता है आप कितना भी मीटिंग कर लो उनको. End of the day they have to show the numbers to their bosses and they will do anything to achieve that. So normally हम लोग 5 जन बैठते हैं, हम किसका बात सुनेंगे? 5 जन एक पर्टिकुलर टॉपिक पे डिस्कस करते हैं. आई थिंक जिसको हम रिस्पेक्ट देते हैं उसका बात सुनेंगे. द मन हु हैज़ मैक्सिमम रिस्पेक्ट उसका बात सुनेंगे. सो क्वेश्चन इज दैट OEM रिस्पेक्टिंग अस? हम जब भी उससे बात करते हैं हम वो क्या देखता है अपने से? वो ही डजंट गिव अ डैम. वो बात सुनेगा, आधा घंटा 1 घंटा बात करेगा एंड देन बाय बाय टाटा. सो we have to ensure that we earn that respect and then they will listen to us. Till that time, I don't think this problem can be resolved.
That's a big question for the OEMs now. Moving on to the next question, what steps can associations take?
Will I just add on to it?
Yeah, please.
This
Please go ahead.
the situation is 3 different things have to be looked into that. One relates to the software. We have got a lot of software companies here, mainly into the cyber security. And one problem we are consistently facing from the cyber security company, they get the access to the customer through the channel. And when the renewal time comes, they start sending the mails and the calls because they have got the data of the customer. And then they bypass the channel. And basically the first sale never gets you profit. It is the recurring services and the recurring renewals which give you profit. So they always try to bypass there, and that is a very, very serious problem with the cyber security companies. Same problem has come with the top IT accounting company in India. They have acquired lakhs of customers across India, and now they are approaching with them for the direct renewals. Even the pricing they are giving directly is cheaper than the dealer. So the services of the dealer, they are not giving value to it. Same thing comes when you sell the laptop through HP.com or the Lenovo.com or through the direct things. There we go and we have talking to the companies as a fighter. Even if you are selling the product through HP.com or Lenovo.com, the delivery should be made from their local store. So the value and the margins of the dealers are protected. So these 2 things, they have become very, very prominent, and we are witnessing them every day. Bypassing the direct customer to the thing, as Kaushik Bhai has said and Bharat Bhai has said, that is the different thing, but these 2 aspects I think we have missed in the panel, and they have become very, very prominent now.
Thank you so much for highlighting these very important points. So moving on to the next question, we'll have to wrap up a bit early. So what steps can associations take to resolve challenges arising from short or delayed distributor supplies? May I ask Karthikeyan to speak on this?
I think primarily need to give a supply chain roadmap. So to give an example, which I think is very difficult to plan, the current market scenario globally, because of the sudden rise in prices and the demand issues, it's going to be getting into a completely different situation. We are talking about a huge price increase in the markets, which is coming up. So these projections, if it can be given by OEMs to the partners through their, national distributors, through their, ASMs, RSMs, the structure, this partner community can be rather protected and they can be kept aware. But this happens in the last, fag end of it. By the time partner doesn't even know that, where he is. So these are some things which I think the entire member community should be also proactive in trying to understand what is happening. And it is the responsibility of the OEMs to make sure that they give a product supply chain roadmap so that the members are prepared for it.
मगन जी, आप इस पे थोड़ा कुछ बोल सकते हैं जिसमें एसोसिएशंस जो हैं वो जो चैलेंजेस होता है आपके डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन सप्लाईज में डिले हो जाता है उसको आप कैसे हैंडल करते हैं?
Thank you, Mohini, for inviting TET.
Thank you.
TET is one of the leading IT association and old association established in 1997. So TET runs so many programs for members, but mainly I would like to focus 2 to 3. There are like Market Adda. So Market Adda is that type of program which runs TET on their platform, where channel partners, national distributors, regional distributors, SI and principal companies all comes together on a single platform, and jointly they discuss about whole chain, whole supply chain, if there is any problem, if there is any service issue, any supply issue or any another issue. So TET is doing this activity since last many years. Another thing is that grievances and that type of activities which runs regularly. And I think this type of issues are not problems that can be once solved and we need not to solve it in future. These are always, these type of issues will come always, and we have to always remain in touch with principals, national distributors and all such things. And so many national distributors are founder members of TET. So it gets helpful for TET also.
आपके लिए दूसरा क्वेश्चन है, how can associations help mitigate the impact of customer payment delays on VARs?
Yeah, there are two programs that what I have told just right now, that grievances. So if there are small issues in between the members, so our TET board and our directors take initiative and solves it on their own level. If some bigger issues are there, then TET arbitration is there. If any of the one party is our TET member and another party is not necessary he should be a TET member or not, TET has arbitrator status. In that status, there is arbitrator panel. This panel issues notice to both the parties and they hears, and after hearing they passes judgment, and this judgment passed by this arbitrator panel only can be challenged in High Court, not any other lower court. So this arbitrator status is very important, and I suggest IT community and all other associations also. This is very powerful instrument, and all other associations should also follow that arbitration status.
Mr. Bharat, do you have to say something on this?
So payments has multiple dimensions, but one of the, I mean, this is our experience. One is the greed from the partner itself, where people overstock or oversell, and then they fall in the trap of delayed payment or even non-payment. So that is one of the biggest issue, and only we can resolve by being more disciplined. And of course, we can use, there are a lot of AI-based tools available to identify and categorize your customers in terms of whether he will pay on time or not, whether he's a good pay. And you can use those tools to identify those customers even before making any sale to them.
Thank you. As we are running out of time, let's conclude this. So in essence, IT associations stand as the backbone of India's technology ecosystem, enabling collaboration, safeguarding industry interests, and steering the sector towards sustainable and inclusive growth. Their continued commitment will be critical in ensuring that India's IT industry remains globally competitive and future ready. As technology continues to redefine industries and economies, the role of IT associations becomes even more vital. By uniting diverse stakeholders under a shared vision of innovation, integrity, and growth, they are not only strengthening the present landscape, but also laying the foundation for India's digital future. Thank you, gentlemen, for joining me in for this panel discussion session. Let's have a group picture.